Here's the issue. And the Honorable Marcus Messiah Garvey spoke about this over a century ago when he said, it's going to be hard. And I'm paraphrasing, but he basically said it's going to be hard to stand up and fight for what's right as African people if we're not economically independent. If the white man has to provide your livelihood, how can you challenge him? How can you bite the hand that feeds you? See, the issue with Kyrie, the issue with Kanye, although they were man enough to stand their ground, what made it difficult is their livelihood was tied up in the white power structure. When we look at all these buffoons and coons in the black plantation media, the Jalen Roses and the Charles Barkleys and the Shannon Sharps, the Shaquille O'Neals and the Michael Wilbons and the Jason Williams and the Richard Jeffersons, these Negroes, their livelihood is tied up in white sports media. And so we often see black people put in very uncomfortable situations when it's time to speak truth to power. When you're being paid by the power, you have to speak truth to. So if it's one thing we're learning right now, a lesson we should have already learned.
Yes, sir. Yes,
and
sir.
That is, without economic independence, it's going to be almost impossible for you to fight for your people. One of the things that allows me, and I thank the Most High God for putting me in that position, even though the work is still tough.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You know, the work is still tough. As you know, being a member of the Nation of Islam, the work is still tough for the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, even when you're independent. It's tough even when you're independent. There's no way I could do what I do if I had to go and push a clock for the white power structure every day. Because the greatest of all slaveries is economic slavery. Until you free yourself from dependency on the white power structure for employment, you can't really call yourself free. And that's why one of my prerequisites to be a black leader, male or female, because I don't think leadership should be limited to brothers. I think sisters have a lot to say and play in it as well.
Yes, sir.
But one of my prerequisites to being a black leader is you have to be economically independent. When I see people stand up and say, I want to be a leader, but you work for the white power structure, I automatically know that there's a timetable. There's either going to be a timetable on your loyalty to us, or there's going to be a timetable for your employment under them. It can't be both ways. Because you can't serve two masters.
Yes,
when
sir.
you work for the plantation and you're leading blacks, there's a timetable, there's a deadline. Either you're getting fired or you're selling out. There's no middle of the room. There's a certain civil rights leader whose name I will not call, who's done some good things for black people. Most people would consider him the most preeminent black civil rights leader in the country right now. He has been totally invisible, totally absent since the Kanye West situation started, and it's now spread over to Kyrie Irving. You don't see him nowhere. Black celebrity voices and black media voices are being silenced every day for speaking the God's honest truth. They didn't call for nobody's death. They didn't call for nobody's torture. They didn't call for nobody's punishment. They're simply giving an opinion and are having their lives destroyed for giving an opinion. Kanye West didn't say somebody needs to be hurt, murdered, lame. Kyrie didn't say that. All these other black folks being canceled by their networks, they didn't offer no violence to nobody. But look at the double standard. Look at the double standard between the way America reacts to Kyrie Irving tweeting a DVD available for sale on Amazon. He tweeted a DVD, didn't say a word.
Yes, sir.
No hate speech because he didn't speak. He tweeted a DVD. And look at all the attention and all the people rushing to the defense of the untouchables because of a tweeted DVD. But when black people were being murdered in the streets by police, and we still are, we didn't get half the press. We didn't get half the attention. We didn't get half the compassion. We didn't get half the empathy that the untouchables are getting. Look at what they're getting over a tweeted DVD.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Compared to the response black people got for actual loss of life. It is a double standard. It is hypocritical, and it is unacceptable.